dira ništa. Leo, good evening, buddy. How's life? Same, man. Same. I'm still sick and actually, yeah. I don't know how I feel. Let's see how is it gonna go. How are you, man? Happy birthday again. It'd be nice to be able to pin some thought or articles to the top of your profile page, and in the way we want. Nice, man. Nice. How did it go? How did it go? Ah, shit. I forgot about that. Give me a moment. Very good, man. Very good. Very good. And I hope that you managed kind of to ask them out of the real curiosity, not necessarily because you had to, right? Because at the end of the day, you also want to know what are you getting yourself into, right? So that's why it's important, right? That's why it's important. Exactly. Courses UI, what? Super strange. All right, it's been a while since I coded, especially this. So let's see where we are and what are we supposed to do today. But I actually know what we're gonna be working on. Just give me 2 seconds. What is this? Programmer network frontend. Yeah, let's try this. Let me just see. So yeah, I mean, I have pretty severe allergy. I'm taking some pills past few days, and I'm also not feeling really good, I must admit. Not feeling really great right now. But yeah, that's how it is. Maybe a couple of more days and it's gonna be fine. All right, so basically, last thing I've done. Yeah, I will. It's just seasonal, right? So it's just a matter of time. How is the camera? How is this new camera looking? I think it should be pretty nice. It's actually in the center of my screen now, so it should be actually. All right, so great, awesome. All right, so basically, what I've been doing right before I got this allergy thing is, and I did this off stream, right? So what I was doing last was so last thing I was actually doing in relation to this project is I started moving the validation stuff to isomorphic to a different library, so it's reused across both front end and back end. Winsford, my friend, good evening. Good, man, still under allergy, so I was still wondering if I should stream tonight, but I really missed the stream this week. So I just said, screw it, let's give it a shot. Because up until 2 days ago, I couldn't even talk. But my voice, I feel, is kind of returning now, so... Yeah, alright. What is this thing called? Programmer Network AJV. So CD Programmer Network AJV. And I believe I wrote some tests off screen for this. Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're doing now. So essentially, just so we're all on the same page today. So what are we doing today? Well, let's just visualize it as always, right? So basically, we have the front end, right? And we have the back end. And if you remember, most of you in Programmer Network, we're using AJV, another JSON validation schema library. And we're using it on both ends, right? So we're using it in our React and in Fastify. So we're using the same library. Now the issue so far with this is that every time I would have one schema here, I would create the schema here as well. So now we have duplicates of schemas on both ends, exactly same schemas, and sometimes they get out of sync because maybe we decide, okay, this input should have limit of 50 characters, but then we forgot to, update it here. Here it was 110, right? So now what I'm doing, I'm moving a lot of those utilities and validation into a third library that I built off stream a couple of days ago. And then we're gonna install this thing in both ends, and so whenever we add some new schema, whatever, we're gonna have this guy here. And that's what we're doing now. So we're just kind of gonna move all of the stuff, because it is isomorphic in that sense that it's used, the same code is used in both the API and the front end, and we're gonna keep this code in here. And this red thing basically is this new repo here I basically centralized all of this. And yeah, we're gonna, of course, I mean, I write that when it comes to utility functions and core utility functions, I always test them, right? Because those are the tests that really matter, in a sense of making sure that those functions and utility things actually do what they're supposed to do, right? They always have to do the right thing. Okay. So last thing that's actually failing over here is this one, I believe. Let's see. Or which one is actually failing? Are both of them failing? What the fuck is going on? So I guess those two tests are actually failing. Let's take a look. Expected this, gotten the string contains an alphanumeric characters. Which one? All right, so let's see. So I guess secure string is failing now because I've updated something there, right? Let's take a look. All right. So let's start today this stream there, and then we'll see where the stakes is. So this is the stuff I did off stream. So we have this is secure string. So this one we have to test now if it does what it's supposed to do. All right, let's start hacking edit. Should return true for secure string. Aaron expected this, gotten is valid false. All right, so let's see why is this string invalid. So hello world, this thing technically should return true because this is secure string by our standards. Mate is good evening, buddy. Good, man. Good. Still getting crushed by allergy, but yeah. The string contains non-alphanumeric characters, and let's see this validator. So this is just, okay, so that's why, right? So I think we should kind of, so I believe if we would actually do this, right? Because those are also the characters we do support. There's few non-alphanumeric characters that we do support, and I think that's why it's failing. As you can see, that's gonna pass, right? Which means that it's none of them. It's just jest. I'm just running tests in jest. Okay, so we have this issue now. So because we do support some special characters, right? All right, let's go to ChatGPT and get a bit of, let's automate this a bit. So let's go like this. Turn those two into one, as we do support few of the special characters, right? Yeah, it's just jest, but doesn't matter. Any assertion library would run those tests. They're very simple, right? Yeah, exactly. So contains. So we'll need to, yeah. So we'll need to update that slightly, right? Mm. Yeah, exactly. This is what I want, right? That's great. Then over here, we would need to... All right, let's run those tests again, just to test. Abdil, good evening, buddy. Nice, man. I'm glad that you're here as well, man. Okay, so we're still using this reference somewhere, so let's kind of fix that. So contains... And... okay, exactly. So I got it. Update this error message to reflect the above. Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much what we want, right? Bam. Oops. So pretty much this, right? And then if we go to our test, right? So this should actually pass now, I believe. Or actually, should it? Let's see. Ah, we're still calling this somewhere. Let's see. Probably in a test somewhere. Yeah, over here, right? So let's do this, and we'll need to write a test for it as well. What the fuck is going on, man? Are we still... Ah, yeah, over here. I see. And then we get rid of that. Okay, we're still... contains non-alphanumeric characters. Good evening, David, buddy. How is life? How are you? All right, so that's passing now, right? If we actually get back down here, right? Let's now make it fail, right? So we're gonna say, all right. Let's see. And yeah, we need to update the error message, right? It should be the same. So this should be the new error message. So that should pass now. And it does. All right, pretty cool. Let's keep now. Let's keep making them pass. All right. Actually, so those tests are now kind of identical, right? So this one is not necessary. That's just a useless test. It asserts the same thing as the previous one, right? Good, man. I have allergy and stuff, so fuck. So no, actually I was wrong here. So basically, yeah, so the issue now is that I mean, technically this validator here is also covering those two other states, right? So the combined one and stuff, right? Because if I do this, right? Yeah, I mean, we could get in a watch mode, Leo, right? We could get in a watch mode, right? So I think we could just say -- watch, right? Or actually, let's just go to package.json, right? If I remember with jest, it was watch, right? Oops. And now, as you can see, right? Now they're kind of automatic, and then I can press A and run them again. Yeah, it's just I don't actually, I don't mind doing this, but yeah, if that's what you like, let's do it. Yeah, so the main reason why this is not passing now basically is, I mean, this is actually good in a way, right? Because now the reason why we're failing is that, I mean, maybe that's how we should update our tests, right? To be, right? Because technically, yeah, let's actually do that. Because it seems that, Yeah, let's actually see if that's going to be the case. But so now they're all passing, right? Let's make this one fail. So yeah, so this one now is actually disallowing also those guys, which is kind of funny, right? And let's see about this one. So yeah, it seems that we maybe don't even need yeah, that's a bit, I mean, that's good, I guess, because this regular expression seems to be now also not allowing any combined characters and any escape characters, Unicode and stuff like that. So let's see. Yeah. Now, of course, this now boils down to what we actually want. I mean, ideally, this is not bad, because if I would kind of put this guy to the bottom, then this should technically work. And now we could actually go back and update this, and now test should pass, I guess. Let's actually rerun this again. Which one is passing now? This string contains non-alphanumeric characters. This string contains... Where is this thing actually coming from? This string contains... Where are we? Where in the code am I actually throwing this? String contains Unicode space characters. And I guess it's because of this space. Is it because of this space? Let's see. Okay, yeah, so that's actually correct. All right, so, well, okay, that's great. So let's... So let's update the test. And that should be all passing, yeah. This allows special characters only. And what is this one exactly? Okay. Okay, great. That's good. NOLA 23, exactly, man. I was so happy. I was so happy. Same. All right, great. So that works. So that's great. So we have 17 tests for this. And essentially, this is the custom validator that I built that we're going to use for every single string in both frontend and backend. So for every single time when there's a string type, which is probably 95% of inputs are a string value, we're going to use this singular validator called I called it secure string. And essentially, we want to kind of never think about this again. So in simple words, I have built this validator that's only going to allow and going to be very kind of explicit about the values which are allowed, right? So all right, let's go back just here, say write few just unit tests for the above. Right? Mm. All right, so they're all passing. Beautiful. Somebody tells you that ChatGPT is not useful, just ignore that person for the rest of your life. All right, great. So we are kind of safe. We have 22 tests here. Let's see. What else? Is there something that we didn't test contains bad words? So I think we have this tip-tap utils that I wrote. Let's just say write tests for those methods. Did I actually already do any tip-tap? Oops, this is the wrong project, I suppose. Yeah, this should be this. Yeah. Actually, I did already write them. Yeah. It's just I disabled them so until I fix the other stuff. All right, let's take a look. All right, so a bunch of them should fail now, and that's expected. Let's just, obviously, as always, comment them all out except one. And then let's start making them pass one by one. That's testing 101. Okay. Import default JSON reduce is not a function. Okay. What is the error that we're getting? Give me a second. String utils default save JSON parse reduce is not a function. Okay. Reduced. Save JSON parse. Save JSON parse. All right. Okay. So what's happening? We're trying to reduce here, but this fails, obviously, right? And we can't reduce on the value that was passed. Okay. And if we go back here, so yeah, so and what is the actual test? Let's close this one. So the test is should return empty string for invalid JSON value. Reduce text with, okay, should return empty. Okay, well, that's what we're expecting for this thing to do, right? Okay, so let's let's make that pass. And let's say return this. And that should now pass. Okay, great. So that's good. That expectation is done. Let's keep on moving. Where is this describe? I guess it's this one. And yeah, let's do the same. So that seems to be passing. Count object to be 0. Great. All right. We expected 12 received. Okay, so this is this is where the tests are the most useful for. So let's see. Should return length of text property for text node. So we're expecting 12 characters here, but we received 10. So let's count them manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Empty space. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. So how the hell did we get? How the hell did we get 10 of them? Right. So let's go to that implementation. So count object text. So there's something wrong here because we're getting 10, right? And so let's calculate once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Am I counting right? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it is 12 characters. So why why is it counting 10? So that's obviously wrong. And that's where it's very hard to it's very hard to be correct without tests for those utility types of things. So let's see what's happening here, right? If node type is text, we call remove special characters, right? And then we say Unicode space characters, regex, combined characters, regex, special characters in white space. So we are basically removing the white space, which is correct. But is it really happening? Do we have the tests for this guy? Actually, did we test this fella? Removes. So yeah, based on the test, you can see we have hello, comma, plus world. We're expecting this to look like this, right? So it's going to remove pretty much special characters. Yeah. I see now what's happening. Okay. I think our expectation is wrong, right? That's what's happening, because we're going to remove this, which is 11, and then we're going to remove this, which is 10. So this should be, indeed, expectation should be, so this shouldn't be 12, it should be 10. The count should be 10 based on the implementation we have, because we are removing special characters and white spaces. Hence, basically, this is what we're going to do the count on, right? And that's because if we take a look here, right, we're saying if node type is text, remove the special characters, dot length, right? So this is going to be basically hello, I don't know, world, this, you know, and then remove the space and this, and then dot length. And that's going to be 10, right? So that's actually correct, right? Exactly. Okay, it's good, good. So where is that 12? Do we still have... yeah, so now that should be passing. Great, okay. So let's keep on going. All right. Should return sum of text lengths for array of nodes. And then again, I can already see what the issue is. We're expecting 10, we're getting 11, because we are expecting that we're counting including the actual special characters, which we're not, right? So if we get rid of that, this should actually pass. Did we save? Sorry. I meant to update this thing, right? All right, great. Let's keep on going. And I think that for nested objects, children, okay? Same thing here, should be 10. Okay, so this is basically if this count object gets no value, right? Basically. This, it should return 0, and that's basically here. So it's saying if no node, return the count of 0, right? So that's correct. All right, amazing. Let's keep on going. So let's comment this one out. And same thing here, right? Length should be 10 because we have the white space, which we remove in the special character. So that should also pass. And then, yeah, should return is not empty, false, and length 0 for object without text. And as we can see, that's actually correct. Type other, content, some content, right? And then if we go here, count object text, if no type is text, do whatever. All right, great. So that's good. So all tests are now passing. So we have 31 passing tests. We have two test files, basically, if we may say. Did we document it all? We did. All right. All right, cool. Okay, so we have all this now, right? And let's see how am I exporting. I wrote all of this a couple of days ago, so I don't actually remember what I did. So here I am. The idea is to share the schemas, the body schemas from both ends, but let's do it one by one. So here I have the keywords that I export, and now in any corresponding project, front end or the backend or the API, we should be able to import those and then register them. Yeah, because here, as you can see, so basically we have broken down all the utilities into their own functions, and then inside of those custom keywords, instead of keeping the code there as we had before because we were just writing things, now we're calling our utility classes inside of the validators, and that's how we're testing things. So we're not testing the validations, the validators themselves, we're testing the validation utilities used in those validators, right? Of course, it would be okay, it would be nice if we could technically test also the validators, but we wouldn't then test the utilities used in the validators, but just rather, hey, is this a custom AJV validator returning a proper custom error message, right? but technically all of that should actually be happening anyway. And then this has text now actually yeah, so over here we should also be using tip tap utils dot, no, not really, maybe string utils dot save JSON parse input, right? That's kind of utility we tested and stuff, and it works. So we can do this now. We can turn this into a const. And then let's see what are we actually returning from here. So I actually don't kind of like this, because if it doesn't fail, it's going to return whatever the value is. And that's not too useful, I think. So let's kind of improve this a bit, right? Let's improve this a bit, right? And then we'll need to update the test for this, of course. C, thank you very much for the follow, dude. I appreciate it. Update JS doc based on the implementation, just so we automate that crap. Then we need, our tests are gonna fail now, obviously, and that's good. That's why we have them. So we're gonna update that, and you're gonna see now why I actually did this, because here now when we actually do the JSON parse, right? I want to be able to say, you know, value, right? And then I can say, let's actually change the signature to data, actually, right? Let's just grab this JS doc to kind of update it along. All right, that's great. All right, that's cool. And then, yeah, let's get back here. So essentially here, we should now be getting the data and error. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Let's just say here value is data. I don't know why we're not getting any. And actually, we still have to do this stuff. So we have to say now, actually, we can just say here, if no data, we want to say, right, something like that. And let's see, where else did we use this save JSON parse? We must have used it somewhere, so we have it in the test. Let's leave that for now. Yeah, so we're using it here, right? So let's update this method as well. So we're going to say const that, and then we're going to say data. And then if no data, we want to make sure we don't break the test. So let's make sure we do this. Then we no longer need this try and catch here. Yeah, otherwise, data reduce, right? I suppose. Now, yeah, we'll need to maybe check just one more thing, right? But yeah, that's okay. Because here we are essentially assuming that this data is going to be an array because we are expecting we're in the tip tab context, right? So I think we also have to safeguard ourselves here, and we can write a test for that as well, right? But we can also say or exactly. So if it's not an array, because if it's just an object, because this technically parses any object and arrays are objects in JavaScript, right? Then this would explode, right? Yeah, so that should be correct. Now let's fix the test. So let's go to the tests over here. JSON something, right? Exactly. So here's the test. So expect name to equal and yeah, over here we have to base save JSON parse blah 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 to equal. Well, yeah, this is also slightly going to be different. So it's also going to be an object with data null error, and the error was the string is not valid JSON, right? And now that's also fine, right? Okay, great. So now tests are passing there. Yeah. One thing that I don't like that I'm doing here is that I'm trimming here, and okay, this is a very specific utility specific to the tip tab, right? But yeah, I don't know. This feels strange being here, right? But whatever. Okay, so that's great now. That's good. So now let's actually push this to GitHub, right? Did I already create a repository for this? I don't actually know. We have the constants here. So let's kind of add all this and say programmer network custom validators and HAV schemas. Yeah, oh, it's here. Let's see. Yeah. Cool. All right, so because I'm paying already for the team membership at GitHub, do we get this as well? Like, does this fall under the team plan? Let's see. It's Face. Thank you very much, buddy. Sorry for not being here past few days. I've been it's been allergy time. Yeah, but I don't want to do this. Let's try to set this up. Would 3 months worth of full-time code training be enough time to kickstart a career in software development? Fair enough, man. I actually wasn't streaming this last week. I had allergy issues and stuff, so so I wasn't here around. But I can see you always in Discord. You're in the top. You're always there. So thank you, man. Thank you for being and sticking around. Would 3 months worth of full-time code training be enough? That's very hard to respond to answer to, right? Because I don't know who you are, how quickly you can learn something, right? Etc. 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 But you know, I worked for 5.5 years as a mentor at thinkful.com at the bootcamp, and there were some people who were able to do that, right? Unfortunately, those bootcamps tell you that 20 hours a week of work is enough, and la la la. And I can already tell you that it isn't. So, I mean, everything's possible, right? But it really boils down to you. So someone might take 3 months to even start, and someone might kick ass in 3 months, right? So it's really, I don't think so, honestly. You really need to be fully devoted to do it in that time frame. 3 months is a very, very short period. So I also think it's not very humble to have such expectation, right? I mean, if software engineering was so simple, right, then everyone would be a software engineer, right? So I don't think so, no. Again, it's possible, but it's very rare. It's very rare. I actually haven't seen any of that. It's face. I mean, I use Apple products for work, but I'm not a fan of Apple, so I genuinely don't care much. And I don't care about VR. I mean, I don't think. Again, I'm, as you know me already, face. I am very pro technology. Virtual reality is something I'm not interested in right now. So I don't know, but I'm probably gonna check it at one point, but I haven't checked it yet, no. Again, I mean, you know, everything's possible, but learning to code in 3 months, you can learn a lot, right? But it really, there's so many variables, there's so many things to answer, right? Who you are and what's your background and how you learn, and there's so many things to answer, right? So how do I create a private package? I've never publishing a package, exactly. Demo FPS, thank you very much. I mean, 100%, don't take me wrong, I'm not being ignorant. I have no doubts that it's amazing and that it's gonna be super great in the future. It will, it's inevitable, right? It's just, you know, my life is already bound to the screen so much. I would probably not want to be a testing person for the first batches of VR, right? Because if somebody tells you that that's good for your brain and your eyes and stuff, he or she is lying, right? So I have no doubts that one day I'm going to change my mind, but it's still early for me to. I still love to look at people in the face and have a coffee with them and stuff, right? So, but let's see how it goes, right? Seriously, man, how do we get the packages only support applications using personal access token? I don't want to push it to npm, right? Because I don't have a premium I don't have a premium account on npm, but I do have it here, so. But dude, like, where do we do it? Where is it? Marv, my friend, good evening to you as well, man. How's life? Ah, okay, wait a minute. No, screw that. Man, what the hell? Why is this hard so much? How do I publish a package on? I don't have a monorepo, no. Both my front end and back end are completely decoupled, and they're gonna remain decoupled forever. I'm learning the MERN stack right now. The only thing left for me is React. I need a recommendation. Tips. Well, I'm very happy to respond, but I need a bit more. I'm not sure what the question is. Like, the tips about what exactly? I mean, we don't really need to turn this into a package. I just wanted to learn how to do that, right? The best way to learn React is to go to the official React website and follow the tutorial. Yeah, exactly. We can do that. I just want to actually. I had never had a reason to use private packages on. There are many ways we can do it, right? We all know that there are many ways we can do it. We can use it as a sub module. We can use it. We can use you know, the GitHub the URL of the repository. Like, but I want to do it exactly like this because yeah. Do that. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, the best way to learn any language or any framework ever is always to go to official documentation. If you want to learn Rust, if you want to learn Go, if you want to learn Node.js, if you want to learn anything, you go to the official documentation. That's always, for the most part, the best. Okay, so yeah. Oh my god. Complex, not again. Fucking troll. Good evening, my friend. How are you? So here it is. Here it is. Okay. Here it is. Okay, so I suppose if I make this... Let's just try how this works. This is the first release. Fifth release. This is the first release of an isomorphic attempt to share schemas and custom the keywords in the PNs, clients, and the API. Mike, good evening, my friend. How's life? Fist release. Fist release, exactly. Okay, so how do we then install this, right? Good, man. I have an allergies. That's why I haven't been streaming past week or so. I have this very annoying allergy, and yeah, it's pretty rough, but it's fine. It's okay, I guess. I was thinking if I should stream today, but I missed the stream a lot, so I was just like fuck it, let's just do it. So publish your first package releases. Thank you very much, man. Like I have an eye drops here, and I'm drinking some medicine, so it's getting better for the most part. It has gotten a lot better, but yeah. All right, let's start trying this actually out, right? So let's go to the API. So let's kind of quit this. Let's go here. Can I say PMPMI? Is this actually possible? So if we go to package.json here, we should have now programmer network. Yeah, a link. But that's not actually correct. No. How would I install a package from using npm? Yeah, but the thing is, why did it set? Why did it call it git? Is it because, yeah, I suppose because some metadata is missing or something? Is it maybe a name or something? Yeah, I suppose so, right? Yeah, exactly. Let me just validate that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the case. Complex, I think, is the first viewer, yeah. All right, let's try that then. The biggest problem with this, though, now is that this is not really a module like that, right? So let's see how this is going to work. I don't actually know how this is going to work at all. Because the problem with this now is that if we go actually here in the API, let's see. And we should have also namespace that understand it. But let's not waste time with all of this crap, right? So for now, it's fine. Let's try to find it here. I wonder where would it be? Where would it be? PMPM, AJV, Axio, CSLint. Git, there's this thing, I guess. Okay. I wonder if this would work. Cannot find package. Okay, fair enough. Cannot find package. Yeah. And also it says link here, so could that be an issue maybe? Let's try it like this. I don't actually remember. I've done this in the past, 100%. Okay. Maybe it's the linking part that failed. Cannot find package again. Motherfucker. Yeah, same here, man. Same here. Same here. So yeah, it's actually treating this as a local dependency without the link, right? And let's see with the link what's happening. Local dependency not found. So it's still kind of try to find a local dependency, right? So how do I install package from GitHub? Dude, what the fuck? Can you just show me how do I do it, man? Like, there's such a fucking shitty documentation, man. What is... Jesus fucking Christ, man. Why is it so hard? Where's the project? No, it's okay. Let's just update some of this stuff here. So freaking annoying, man. How hard can it be? Really? How hard can it be? Yeah, it's still treating this as a local dependency. I don't get why. I don't get it why. It's like that's the problem. It's not really pulling it at all. How hard can this be, man? Like, seriously. How fucking hard can this be? And is this private or public? It should be public. It is public, yeah. Okay. So stupid. Yeah. JC, good evening. Nothing major you missed. Programmer network. Nothing major you missed, I guess. Jesus fucking Christ, man. This is so annoying me, the living shit out of me. Yes. Good evening, buddy. You can just go to the website. I think easiest to get. But right now I'm just building some, just centralizing some validation stuff, just cleaning up some stuff that accumulated over time. Nice. Actually, I know, Jace. I think I remember you told us, I believe. So how the fuck do we do this? Yeah, I mean, that's what we're fucking doing, man. Like, are you kidding me, man? Air module not found. Let's try over HTTPS. Fuck it. Just maybe that's gonna change something. I don't think so, but yeah, let's try. Well, something has happened now. Let's take a look. Yep. Sure, something has happened for sure. All right, good. Well, almost. Let's see now. Now it's complaining about this module here. Obviously, directory import la 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 is module imported blah blah blah. Error unsupported directory import. Let's try to resolve this crap somehow. That's going to be a bit painful. Awesome stuff. Good evening, buddy. Directory import blah 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 is not supported. Resolving CSS module import from. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Let's see why. So it doesn't like this export, which is perfectly fine, honestly. It's perfectly fine because, yeah. Let's just try to fix it up here like this. Let's say export default keywords. And then if we get over here, let's see. How many years did it take to learn programming? I don't know, man. It's very hard to say. I mean, it's programming, like everything else, is an ongoing process, right? But I've been working for 15 years now, almost. But it depends. It depends how much you like it, how much you want to invest. You can learn, in a couple of months or a year or 10 years or never, right? Depending how well your working habits are and how persistent you are, right? So it really boils down to you, right? Fuck the directory import. $25 gold. Good evening, buddy. Okay, let's also try that, I suppose. All right, let's just do some updates. Where's our... No, this isn't it. Where is the repo? Yeah, it's over here. So let's get over here. Let's say main. We are missing main. Let's say index.js maybe. I don't think actually that's the issue, but still. And then let's fix up some of this stuff maybe. So let's just say here import, because I don't know how is it going to resolve this with this module system, right? Let's say here keywords, and then let's say exports default keywords. And let's do the same with the schemas. But let's not care about the schemas for now, right? So let's just do this, and then we're gonna... All of my services are running inside of VSL, yes. So I didn't connect anything. It's just, yeah, exactly. But I'm using, yeah, exactly. Actually, why am I even doing this? I'm not sure, man, what you mean. You don't get your own question. I don't understand. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's get back here. So we updated that crap. Let's say pm remove programmer network. Actually, 25 gold, I must admit, I think I've seen that. I just didn't have the time to take and fix it. But I think I've seen it as well. I think I've seen it myself as well, man. No, this is not gonna work. Why did I add VSL? Because developing in Windows is just a lot harder, and I don't really use Windows for development. I use Mac for my work and for this stream. Developing on Windows using command prompt or shit like that, impossible. Impossible. Yeah, so I'm trying to use just trying to kind of use native nodejs modules, but it doesn't seem to work. Oh, Hermes says cannot find the module name contains bad words that is being imported in your index.js file. Oh, what? 100%, man. You should that if you're developing on Windows. I mean, I'm using this machine mainly for streaming. Okay, so we didn't fix those windows. Ah, contains bad words. So well, I don't want to publish to npm because this is not really a package of that kind, right? This is not a real package that's going to have versions and stuff like that, right? This is literally just another repository that we're going to keep updated, right? So this is not really a module per se. So mainly because of that. Import contains bad words. Ah, is it probably because it's also missing the JS? Maybe the module resolution is failing because of this. Let's try. I don't want this basically Windsward to be an actual package. This is just like a native. I'm not running this through any compiler or anything like that, right? This is just a piece of code I want to reshare across 2 repositories, and that's pretty much it, right? What the fuck? Contains bad words. Oh, actually, sorry, my bad. My bad. Jesus fucking Christ. So I guess, yeah. I'm not suggesting that this is the issue, but let's give it a shot. It could be very easily an issue. There is a huge difference, yes. Massive difference. Massive difference, yes. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Okay, no, good. We did move somewhere. All right, I see what the issue is, and we're gonna fix that. Okay, great. So that's not terrible. Okay. So basically, we're just, I mean, how to tell native node.js. Configure native node.js modules to require JSFD imports. I don't think anyone is going to be out of work, right? We've been getting out of work for 30 years now, and I'm still waiting for that to happen. So So no, we're just gonna automate some boring tasks and we're gonna be focusing on other things, right? And that's pretty much it. Nobody's gonna be getting out of work. At least not yet. At least not yet. I mean, people were saying that things are gonna take over. I remember when I was very young, I used to build websites in Macromedia Dreamweaver, and a lot of those tools back then. And back then, people were also saying when the first graphical user interface type of website builder came out, back then they also said how we're gonna lose jobs, and this was more than 20 years ago, right? So this is the content that sells. People like drama. That's why Twitch is popular. Most of the streamers here, they just talk shit 24/7 on Twitch. That's what sells. If I wanted to be a streamer, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. I would open up some shitty YouTube video right now and I would be commenting on the video itself. That's what I would be doing now. Because people like this depression, right? People cannot live a single day without being depressed, right? Let's just, you know, so that's what people like. So you know what sells, man? Number of corona deaths. When you see that on TV, that sells. That sort of shit sells, right? So that's why you're hearing all of this negative thing, how we all gonna collectively do a fucking collective suicide because ChatGPT is here and shit like that. It's ridiculous, right? I cannot listen to that bullshit, right? It's ridiculous, man. It's completely fucking stupid, man. I can't really anymore listen to that because 80% of the websites out there and businesses barely have a working website, and now you're assuming that suddenly all of those fucking people who are completely IT illiterate are gonna just suddenly use AI to build websites, right? Give me a fucking break, man. Your grandma now is gonna learn to code in 2 days. She's gonna go to ChatGPT and ask all the right questions to the bot. She's gonna know all of that, right? I love you too, Complex. I love you too, buddy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if anyone here gets horny about hearing how we're gonna stay out of jobs, and if that fills your heart, then yes, definitely. Our jobs are over, and it's over. Like everything, the whole world is gonna stop because we have a little bit better search engine right now. That's it. Yeah. It's gonna be horrible. Give me a second. Oh, it's still, yeah, it is. Great. Okay, so hopefully now we have fixed it. Remove. Dude, come on, man. Okay, good. Almost. Almost. I think we're almost there. Let's go to the API. So that's a bit strange. Export default object. I mean, it is actually accurate in its assessment, right? So pn_ajv. So now if we actually print this object, it should have .keywords on it, and it does, right? So that's actually good, right? Okay. Of course, man. I mean, ChatGPT is search engine on steroids, right? So you should use it. It's an amazing tool. it's a super good tool, right, for learning and for just getting to none of the information that it has is there that you couldn't find before, right? So that's why when people say, oh, we're gonna get replaced, there's nothing that ChatGPT tells you that you couldn't find on the internet or that you can't find right now also in 5 seconds, right? So it's kind of, so absolutely you should use it, right? It's just a tool, yeah, that's it's just a kind of better tool to do the research. So you should absolutely use it. I use it every single day, right? 100%, man. You should definitely do that. Okay, okay, so this is great. So let's say AJV. So how should we call this object? Let's call it well, that's actually kind of funny, right? Because there is a key called keywords, right? So when we try to just import, so we can't, right? So that's kind of funny. All right, it doesn't really matter. Let me just go once more. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, if we go back to the repo itself, so here we're doing a default export, right? My pleasure, man. Absolutely use it. It's an amazing tool, and you should certainly use it without a single doubt, right? So this is kind of fine, I guess, right? It's just, yeah, I don't know. It just feels awkward how I have to import, but it's fine. So we can see that it actually works. So we're finally there to try it out. So let's say, is there like an AJV object? No. So let's say something like this. Okay, great. So it doesn't okay, great. So now since we have those custom keywords here, we can just nuke a lot of this shit. So so essentially the only thing we have to do is say here ajv.keywords. Let's see if that's gonna instantly fail, and it did fail, and it's okay. Unknown keyword has profanity. Okay, that's fine. So I guess now we'll be able to remove some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff actually, because we moved that to a different place. So basically we should be able to remove pretty much everything from this project now. Give me just 1 second. So let's see actually. Ah, shit, wait a minute. How am I actually exporting those? Let's see. Keywords has text. So it's an array of objects, right? Yes, exactly. So that's actually good. Do we have... Ah, it's because we have also changed some of the names, right? Okay. But what happened with the profanity filter? I guess, did we... Yeah, contains bad words. All right, so I think now we also have to go here and say has profanity. And we need to replace that with a new name that we used, contains bad words. Is there any other errors? There should be, because I have renamed quite a few of those guys. So let's see. Yes. Alphanumeric, unknown keyword alphanumeric. Exactly, and this is going to be called now, instead of alphanumeric, it's going to be called, I believe I named it secure string, right? Yeah, secure string, yeah. Secure string. Now, it probably would have been nicer if I just named it with a... Yeah, well, we'll see. Okay, alphanumeric, we still have... So we still have it here. So let's say secure string true. Valid YouTube URL. Okay. How did we name it in this new repository? Is YouTube URL. Is YouTube URL. Okay. And there we go. So it works. Beautiful. So now we're actually sharing that stuff. We're gonna need to try and do the same in the front end. That's gonna be interesting if it's gonna work there or not. So let's actually try that in the front end as well. So so now we're trying to share the same code, the isomorphic code, if I may. So I mean, again, no matter what your teacher says, right? You should be using tools on your disposal. That's like going back to, you know, as I always show here in the stream, right? If we take this into context, all right, like, I don't know, in 1988, people protested against calculators, right? So it's very kind of common for human race to neglect something that it doesn't understand. That's why we invent sorts of things. Math teachers protest against calculator use, right? So the thing is, this is normal for human race. Like when we don't understand something, we neglect it, right? So whatever your teacher said is absolutely fucking irrelevant, because AI is the future and the present, and that's inevitable, right? And unavoidable. So you should definitely use it, right? Your teacher is probably the scared one here, right? But the thing is, like, I think one huge fundamental problem with people is that we, for example, let's take this thing that you said. Yeah, but that's a very that's a wrong perception of things, Jace. Let me tell you why that is wrong, right? Because you know, kids 100 years ago, only 2% of people didn't work on farms, right? Which means that nearly probably every kid that was alive had to work on the farm. Now, 98% of those people today, they no longer work on farms, which doesn't mean that they're lazy, right? It means that they're doing something else because the world has moved on. So writing essays is probably not going to exist anymore in such shape and form, because that's part of evolution as well, right? So you have to kind of be open-minded about things, right? Just because people used to write essays, people also haunted animals to survive and have food on their table. Now you go to a store, you swipe your phone and you get food on your table, right? So the thing is, this is irrelevant, right? Like, this is going to be replaced by something else. Instead of writing essays, they're going to be doing something else. That's called evolution, right? So it's not that people are lazy. Things change, and it's normal that they change, right? So because if you take that framework of thought logically, then you can say that all of us are very lazy today because we're not working on farms, right? It's like, back in my days, I had to work on the farm, and now nobody works on the farm, right? So the thing is, there's, right? All right, so let's do this. Thing is, world changes, right? And you either change with it, or you're stuck in your own mind, your own kind of invented values of some sort, right? But either way, world is going to be changing, right? And you can either accept it or not, right? But the world is not. Now, is this change always for the better? Well, probably not, right? But either way, you will either change with the world or you will not, right? And I highly advise everybody to do that, because the world is not going to wait for you and your convictions, right, and stuff like that. So, oh, I don't want to use chat gpts against my values. Well, that's fine, you don't have to use it, but millions of other people will, and they will have an advantage over you, right? So are you going to use it or not, right? I did fix it. Yes, I did fix it. I'm now trying in the front end, it works in the back end. I'm now trying to use it in both places. Let's just see if this import is actually going to work in the front end. That's the ultimate question now. Please work. There's a high chance it won't work in the front end because of modular resolution, but let's see. Fuck yeah, it works. Okay, great, we have it. So yeah, we are now sharing those same validators in both ends. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing. This is a huge thing for the project because it's gonna ensure that validation is actually even better and that we just write one repository and then we share it across, right? So now we have the truly isomorphic example of how you can, that and why JavaScript is, thank you very much, Ace. Okay, so we're gonna nuke obviously shit tons of those things now because none of this is really needed anymore. So we're gonna nuke all of this crap, right? Because now we're gonna, yeah, use it from, so we're gonna remove all of this. And what are we gonna actually do is we're gonna say now ajvpn.keywords.map. And then for each keyword, we're gonna call add keyword, right? Vanix, my friend, my smartest viewer. Good evening, buddy. Okay, beautiful. So hopefully this should work here now. So no, it can't figure it out. I just wanted to see actually if the front end can resolve this just as keywords. I'm not quite sure, but let's give it a shot because the backend can't for some reason. The smart, well, you are always telling me that, so I'm just throwing the ball to you a bit. Yeah, so there is something with the module resolution there. Yeah, it's funny, but whatever. Okay, great. So now obviously we have shit tons of keywords that we used that no longer exist, so we'll need to replace them, right? So let's search for those in the front end. We did that in the back end. So let's say AZ space. Is this validator, was this used anywhere? No. Beautiful. Was this one used anywhere? No. Is not empty. Yeah, this one was basically used in a lot of places, right? And that's kind of useless anyway, right? Because I could have used just, but let's open this super good tool called Notepad. Is not empty. So this one we're gonna have to replace, blah, blah, blah. Let's go back here. Super nice. I'm actually pretty happy with this. And then maybe next time we're gonna also share the schemas. So our forms that we use in the front end also use the same schemas we use in the API. And that's gonna be a huge thing for this project, huge thing for this project. And then we have has text, right? Which I believe if we go to the repo that we built, is still called has text, right? Yes, beautiful. So that's cool. That's great. La 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 la. Where was this? Yeah, actually going back here. So let's go back here. Has text, all right. Paris, thank you very much, buddy, for the follow. Appreciate it. Is HTML. So 100% we should. 100% we should. Alphanumeric. Actually, wow, are you kidding me? So yeah, and non-HTML. Okay. And then we have this guy, right? So let's, so we're gonna replace all of those. Title. Yeah, so basically we'll need to replace all of this. We're gonna globally replace it with, if we go to our API, we can just say secure string. And this kind of sucks. I already spoke with the guys at AJV, and unfortunately I wanted to have some sort of inheritance or whatever, something where I could just, or some global configuration where I can say, hey, instead of the default string that you have as the validator, use the secure string. Because it's super redundant that you have to go and add this secure string all over the place. Because it would be way nicer if you can just actually do something with the actual default string in the validator itself. But you unfortunately can't, so that's the problem, yeah. All right, cool. Validation. So we've removed a bunch of that stuff. So here we create the actual AJV object. And then we say program network AJV. No, that's actually not correct. No, that's not correct at all. AJV. No, actually, it is correct. It is correct. Fine, fine. So that's cool, right? That technically should work. Now, yeah, I mean, the value must contain text. It seems to be working, I guess. Let's try to use some special characters, combine special characters, right? Well, actually, no, this isn't a special character, what I copied. But so if we go actually to our repo, if we go over here, if we go to the constants and we try to use the Unicode character, let's say. Well, this is, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be slightly different now because, yeah. Wait, what was the name of that? Shit. Do you have any suggestions for someone who will graduate from computer engineering and has no work expected for a few weeks of internship? Most of the companies want, I mean, I think that's a very inaccurate assessment of it, right? And I think I don't blame you for saying that because you are the that opinion that you have formed is not your opinion. I think I don't think that most companies require 2 or 3 years. I just don't, right? If you apply as a junior to a normal company out there, I don't think that any reasonable company would expect you as a junior to have 3 years of experience because then you're no longer a junior, right? So I think I wouldn't have such expectation, right? I think, you know, just you know, when you graduate, start applying, practice the interview process. You know, interview process is a matter of getting some confidence, learning how it works, learning the right things that you have to say. But I don't think that necessarily the companies expect that you have 3 years. I can't agree with that, right? I don't think that's the case. Do some companies do something? Yes, of course. But I'm saying in general, I don't think that's the case. No. we have insanely good validation. So I'm just trying to find. I'm just trying to find what was it called? Well, I'm trying to break it now. Actually, fuck one. No, actually, it's fine. But we'll need, because the thing is, secure string now is fine, and that's for the most. Okay, let's go to an input of some sort. It's instead, right? So if we go to the programmer network, to the local host, right? Let's try to create a new article, and we mess something up here. Let's see what. Probably something validator related. Unknown keyboard is not empty. Oh yeah, exactly. We need to kind of. And actually, let's clean. No, sorry, this is the wrong project. So let's go here, and we obviously have to update a lot of those things, right? So yeah, so that's a bit shitty. I don't know why did I use is not empty, right? I could have just used required, right? Alex, my friend, good evening. Always good to see you, man. How is life? So username and email, basically, exactly. So this is just now cleaning up stuff, right? So it is not empty. All right, let's continue. So name, we actually no longer need this crap. What description, right? And what is this about? Feed form, feed description, users. What is this? What is this feed form? Okay, well this is actually not used even anymore, but let's just fix it, and then that's a different thing. Is not empty. So now let's continue. What is this title, right? Yeah. What is the summary? Okay, good. Then we don't really need this or that or that. Just cleaning up stuff now. It's not empty. Beautiful. Okay, few more. Inard, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Hope you're having fun. Deployment type. Okay, over here is not empty. Is not empty. Goodbye is not empty. We never want to see you again. All right, beautiful. And one more. All right, good. I'm not a lefty, no. I'm not a lefty, no. Well, something's off now. Let's see, are we actually... So let's... okay, that's actually not bad at all. Let's just clean up a bit of shit here. Let's go to use form, this custom hook I wrote, and let's print the actual validate.errors. Here we're probably getting an error, but it's not visible to us, right? So let's see. So let's use some characters that I don't support in there. This validation error is not a constructor. Ah, I see. Huh, interesting. So our secure string is kind of failing a bit. That's a bit funny, right? Okay, let's run those tests again. So let's go cd programmer network AJV. Let's run the tests for this thing that we just, so they should all be passing, I suppose. Yeah, and they are. Okay, so there's some issue with the context or the this keyword to say, right? So if we go to is secure string, when we compile, we're using validation error here. A lot of people who are watching this stream for a couple of months are now having a sidebar on the right as well. They understand now why is it better. So if you're ever wondering why, try it out and then you'll see. You're gonna thank me later. So this context, this here is undefined most likely, which is actually what's happening. If we actually take a look at this, right? Is secure string. So if we let's actually put a breakpoint there, and let's see what the this is. So if we actually watch for the this here, this is AJV, which is actually correct whatsoever. Is not a constructor, which is also probably true. So let's debug that, right? And what does it have on the prototype? So validation error. This could be some sort of the discrepancy between let's go over here. Ah, I see. I see. All right. All right. All right. I see. I see. Mm-hmm. What the very well defined. All right. Well, we can certainly try this, right? We can certainly try this. Yeah, we can certainly try this. If we get back actually here to our validate, right? We can try this. Let's see if our tests are still going to be passing though, or not. Take a look at our tests somewhere here. Let's make one of them fail. Okay, good. So they're still kind of passing. Okay. But that, of course, they're passing. This has nothing to do with this. So there's no reason for them not to pass. So if I go back to a secure string. I see. Okay. So, well, let's try that. Let's push this. Update how we deal with the errors. completely useless commits, like I don't care. All right, cool. And yeah, let's go back here. Let's actually remove pm remove programmer network AJV. And then of course, right after this, let's just reinstall it. I don't actually know if I need to remove it, but it's just safer. Cool. Let's try that. Let's try to go back to our local host again. Let's remove that the breakpoint. Let's see if this is still gonna work. All right, it does work actually. I think it does at least. So let's give it enough of characters, but let's give it some characters that we don't support though. There we go. So it does work. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. So nice. So good. So our secure string works. Great. This is Unicode space characters. I actually don't know if we copy some of them like over here. Yes. Bind special characters. Let's try. We go back here. Give me a moment. Let's go back to constants. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're great. Beautiful. What if I use, let's say here, and then I say, and I think that's because of the space, and that is a problem, right? Because space is not allowed now, and that we have to fix, right? So I think we definitely have to fix that, and we have to fix that in some validator, right? I guess in some util somewhere. Let's take a look where is secure string. The string contains characters and not alphanumeric, dash or exclamation mark or question mark. So I think the only thing we have to fix is the space now, right? Contains Unicode characters. So if we go back to the test somewhere over here and we search for this error. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. Which one was the space? I think, was it this one? Which one? These is the space character. No, actually, no, this is combined character. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so it's this one, right? This is the space, right? The Unicode space characters. And I think So we have to allow this thing, right? I believe so, at least. Is there a way that we test this in the actual project? Give me a moment here. So let's try to just, give me a second. So if we go to the project over here, if we go to validation, and then we go into the actual library here, into the node module that we just published and installed. Why is it not actually taking me there? It's quite funny. Programmer network AJV, constants, and then if we actually remove this fella over here, is that gonna allow us to use the white space now, though? So yeah, I think that's the only thing that we need to fix, and then we can push this, I think, to production at both ends. Or maybe we shouldn't do that yet. I don't know. Yeah, I maybe need to think a little bit about it, right? Yeah, we need to think a little bit about that, yeah. Yeah, not gonna publish this today, just because I need to think a little bit about the space, right? Because yeah. We need to think a bit. Of course, we need to allow the space, but we can't only allow the space character. That's the problem. In simple words, we cannot count the space as a character, right? So what if you just do this, right? So that's why I don't want to solve it now, right? But that's actually great. This kind of works. Well, it actually definitely works, which means that let's actually see if there's any code we can now nuke from the front end as well. So this is the actual little small library, if we can call it like that. So source, and actually I can actually share, this is the repo that we actually wrote. So if you care about to see how those validators look like, that's it. All right, so let's see. Validation. There has to be stuff that we can remove from here, I'm sure. Or we maybe already nuked it all. Yeah, I guess we did. All right, cool then. And we're gonna do the same kind of with schemas, but schemas is gonna be a bit also more work, because I also want to make sure that at least the body schemas and stuff like that we reshare across both ends, because all of those schemas, if many of you remember, right, I have built this hook locally that I use to validate all the inputs, and we also use the schemas, right? So if we go to, I don't know, new article, right, each of the forms has the schema that defines which inputs the form takes, but this of course is done on the both ends, so it's the same schema as reused. We're also gonna localize, actually I probably have put some of the schemas in here anyway, right? So yeah, some of them are already here, the repo that I shared, and we also want to share this across both ends, right? Because we want it to be the same, obviously, right? Amazing. Okay, great. All right, well, let's maybe round up now. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours. I'm still a bit sick, so I don't want to overdo it. So I think it's good to be back. Well, Amir, it's more complicated than that, but let's solve that tomorrow. But I'm back, and yeah, I'm back to streaming every evening pretty much. So let's round it up a bit earlier today, and yeah, I don't want to overburn myself. But if you guys saw me a day or 2 or 3 ago, I literally couldn't talk at all. I completely lost my voice. So thank you very much, Leo. Thank you, Jace. Thank you, Abdil and Amir. Good to have you on the stream, man. You're new here, so thank you very much for being around. Basically, I stream pretty much every evening almost, or whenever I'm not super tired, or if my kid doesn't go to sleep, you know, fast enough or whatever. But and I'm glad as well, Jace. So yeah, let's continue this journey tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great one. So yeah, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Cheers. Have a great one, man. Bye bye.